So welcome back to another video here in Pennsylvania, and once again we're here in Swatara State Park doing another section of the Union Canal. Of course we're on the branch canal that heads north from Union Waterworks. We're not currently on the main line canal going east to west. Because we were just here the other day doing a section, but anyway, it's a Sunday afternoon. I got some time today. I think I have enough time. We'll see, but we're just doing a little shorter section. Like I said, I think I said in the previous video, we're gonna get to see Lock 5 today. It's a beautiful lock. It's in amazing condition. Like, I get there first, so. All right, might get a little rain here too, but I got my umbrella along. I just thought we'd take a chance today. It's a nice day. All right, we'll quit yapping, and once we get close to the Lock 5, I'll meet up with you again. All right, and here we are at the trail. That'll take us down to lock number 5. The Mifflin Trail, it's called here in the park. This is what they call Bear Hole Trail. It used to be what they call Old State Road. Just looking back the way we came. Back that way is Swopes Valley Trailhead. And the Fossil Pit is down that way too, if you're familiar with the area. So we're gonna be heading this way on the Mifflin Trail. It's been a little while since I've been down here. And a little bit, I'll show you the map of Swatara State Park. Give you a little idea of what we're going to do today. Maybe once we get down to Lock 5. We'll be hiking some of the towpath trail today too. We're following it. But like I said, a smaller section today. As we come around the corner here, we'll get our first glimpses of it. I can already see it from up here. Lock number 5. Like I said, it is in like pristine condition down here. I know they come down here periodically to keep it clear of trees and brush and stuff. But you can probably see it down there. All right, we'll get up close and personal with it in a moment. Well, she's not in absolute perfect condition. There's a bit of a corner missing off here on the end, but a few stones along the top are missing. Maybe they fell in, but compared to a lot of them we see, this one's in great condition. Of course, right here is the Swatara Creek right down there then too. This one is just beautiful. Oh yeah, there is a little bit of water in this one too. You can see the beautiful stonework. Yeah, just a little bit missing here on the corner. And a little bit at the top, like I said. But some of those top stones might actually be down in there, maybe. Looks like some of these are a couple of stones just laying over here. Beautiful condition. And once again, just a beautiful view down through there. But let's head up top here. I think I might use one of these rocks as a place to set our map down on. Like this one right here. Here's our map. Right here is Lock 5. Right here's the Mifflin Trail, because I came up the what they call Bear Hole Trail. There's the fossil site. Right here's the parking lot. So I walk all the way up here down to there. So we're gonna follow, so we're on this side of the creek now. In the previous video we did the section that was over here on that side of the creek. There was like a neat section right there. But here the canal came across the creek again. And we're gonna follow the towpath trail this way. We're gonna cross, you do have to cross Bear Hole Creek. We'll see how that goes. We're gonna make our way over this way. That's where the canal actually crosses the creek again. Just some beautiful shots of the canal, of the lock from up here too. On these stones here, you can see the indentations where some of the metal work went. Right here went some, you can see a few. Those going across, those are just metal straps that would help hold these blocks together. We've seen those on other sites. Even on that end piece there, you can see a couple. But most of the metal's gone. Because right here is where the doors were. That's why you have this piece here. There's a metal piece that fit in there. That was part of the door mechanism. There's some beautiful views though. Alright, so time to picture what's going on here. So in our last video, we were on the other side of the Sotara Creek here. You can kind of see, we were walking along the rail trail. You can kind of see the rail trail up there, but right around here is where, of course the canal was on the other side of the creek there, but here's where it came across this way. Of course, remember this was, the water level would have been higher here. Because remember we talked about the dam that was further upstream. I'm not sure how high the water levels were here. There might have been another smaller dam just down the way too, but higher than this. High enough so that the canal boats could come across and then they would go into the lock here. And then on the other side of this lock was another dam. We look down this way. I forget what it was called. Was it the Mifflin Dam? The name, why this trail's named that? I think it may be. So there was another dam, a larger one that went across here. Might try to look for some remnants of that. Just if you remember, back we did lock number 6, how the big dam was just on the other side of lock 6, and lock 6 is kind of the entrance to the big dam. Kind of same thing here. So this lock was kind of the entrance into that other reservoir. So the canal boat would come in here, the doors would close behind it, and then water from the other end would pour in, raise the water level up, and the doors on the other end would open up, allowing the canal boat to enter that reservoir that was a little higher than the surrounding area. So you get the picture there being water all through in this area. So it seems like, because it seems a little odd, this lock seems quite higher than the creek, but that's what's going on. This water was dammed up too, so things are a bit different. Who knows, maybe the water went all the way up to that level there. It's kind of like a dam breast up there, sort of. Let's walk this way. Once again, just getting some more beautiful views of the lock. You can see some more of those indentations. Actually, you see something here that's kind of disturbing me a bit, but yeah. Yeah, I just want to back up here a moment. Yeah, it looks like something's missing right here. Almost like there was a rock. I get the feeling that someone just shoved one of the rocks from the wall. That's clear, looks like the imprint of a stone there. So that's the problem you have. You have those kinds of people coming down here too, just pushing more of the lock down into the water down there and dumping their trash down there too. Anyway, but you're always going to have people like that. How's the saying go? This is why you can't have nice things. You're always going to have people coming down here and trashing the place up and destroying history and stuff like that just because it's fun to come here and push stones into the water. Anyway, alright. Walk to the other end up here. And right here is where the towpath trail will begin. This part here probably got washed out at one point. Now let's just walk down here. Look into the lock from this side. Cool. Gotta get a picture of that. And then the canal continued on this way. Straight through all that brush. Because here's the towpath. It has some little stonework too. This goes on quite a distance that way. I'll show you another map in a moment. A little bit of a raised area over here. So here's the canal. But this raised area stops just a little ways up. Go ahead and walk up here. Goes on for a little bit. through the thorns here. Actually, it goes on farther than I was expecting. But I think it does end just a little ways up there. That's looking back towards lock number 5. So somewhere around here, somewhere was like another dam across the creek here. Like, I think it was called Mifflin Dam, but I could be wrong about that. But we're gonna keep on going this way. We'll follow this one for now, but I think that's the towpath over there, I believe. But we'll follow this to the end since we're up here. Gotta go these trees first. I'm gonna toss an image up from Google Maps, or a map view, the terrain feature, and you'll be able to clearly see the towpath trail on the other side there. And I'll have where Lock 5 is located. You'll actually be able to see this raised area too. It's quite distinctive. And you'll see it continuing on that way. And you'll see Bear Hole Run that crosses, and you'll see where it reaches the Sotara Creek, the towpath trail. So that's where we're headed today. And I see the end of this section right here. Yeah, so this raised area will end. I'm not sure if the dam started back at the lock or if it was right here, and that's why it's, you know, just trying to think what, that's why this is here, because it went out and across. I'm not sure. But obviously the dam is long gone, washed away over the years. Probably got washed out from that flood in 1862 as well. So I think we're gonna find our way off this raised area. Like I said, it ends up here anyway. Maybe we'll just go down this way, I guess. Looks like there's almost like a bit of a trail here. And then we'll make our way back up to the other side. This is the towpath trail. This looks pretty thorny too. Alright, yeah, lots of thorns up here too. But you won't see a canal here once again, because remember, this is now another reservoir because of the dam that was just behind us. So the canal boats are still going across here, being towed by the mules in the path here, but there's no, remember, it's more like a lake now once again, instead of like a canal. Alright, we're gonna keep busting our way through. And you need to keep in mind too that another reason for all these reservoirs up here and dams was to feed water to the mainline canal. I think I mentioned that before. This branch canal, sometimes referred to as the feeder canal. Might just get stuck back there. So there's another reason to have all these reservoirs to create a healthy, you know, supply of water, I guess you could say. That if lower water conditions, they could always send more water down to the mainline canal. That's another reason that's one of the reasons why they built the branch canal up this way. It was also used to haul a lot of coal down from this area down to the mainline canal. It was also, like I said, to supply water. So there's even a large dam beyond the canal, beyond Pine Grove, where Sweet Arrow Lake currently is. I think it's called the Burger Dam, but sometimes it's called the Big Dam, and it gets confusing because the one back at Sotara Gap that I showed you is also called the Big Dam. So quite unique names, the Big Dam. Because I'm working on that video for the 1862 flood. It's a little confusing sometimes, but alright, let's keep going, busting our way through this thorns and brush. And like I mentioned in previous videos, there really should be an established trail at places like this, following the towpath, I believe. It would also just provide some other trails in the park too, that people would take. You can clearly see the towpath trail, and there's a drop off to where the reservoir would be. And then here's a spot where someone punched like a road through the towpath trail. There's the towpath. Here's where they punched through, and it continues on that way. They built like a road down through here. It heads down through there. Not sure why they needed a road here, but you know, all this was privately owned for quite a while. Okay, I gotta find a way around all this. There's a lot of household trash down here too. Looks like an old pot of some sort. An old glass tumbler. Lots of stuff down here. Yeah, all kinds of glass down here. See, got me stepping on it. Well, any of it's terribly old. I know somebody might ask, why is it down here? But there were houses in this area. Okay, I'm getting stuck here on branches. So this was a dump site for somebody back in the day. That's what they did ages ago. Well, maybe decades ago, actually. When things like this get abandoned, that's kind of what happens. It makes a nice place just to dump your trash. You can get mad at them, but that was probably back in the 50s or 60s, and that's just kind of what people did. I'm not saying it's right, but it is what it is. It's a little bit easier walking up here. So we should be coming up on a Bear Hole Run. See how easy it is to cross that creek. Because there'll be a gap in the towpath trail once we get there. I hear the sound of water, so I think we're coming up on that stream. Alright, let's get off the towpath here. Not sure how easy this is gonna be. Yeah, you can see the towpath go across, but it gets cut out by the stream. I'm not sure how this worked back in the day, but there's probably, who knows, this water was probably backed up this way. Anyway, they had to have some way to get this water through, but they don't want the water that's dammed up over there to get over here, so I'm not sure exactly what system they had here, but they had something going on. Alright, I gotta get across here. There you can see the towpath build up. Haven't crossed over yet, but you can looking back, you can see how the towpath trail got eroded out. We came from that direction. Here's looking back, or looking forward. But there is some stonework right here, so this must have had something to do with, like I said, you know, the canal, the reservoir was over here, the canal came across this way, but you don't want the water that's dammed up to come through here, but you had to find a way to get this stream through here as well, so it must have had some kind of system here. And that stonework is probably remnants of it. There's definitely some stacked stone there. That's all that's left. I don't see any stonework over here anymore. Alright, so after a rather significant detour, we are back. Right, that is what we were looking at earlier. It's the towpath coming across. Here's the gap from the creek, and it picks up right here again. And you can see it on your screen there. Just gotta find my way across. A little bit more wetness here. Maybe back up there. So we'll continue our journey up here on the towpath. Once again, you can clearly see it as we head that way. And off to our left again is where the reservoir would be, where the canal boats would go. And the mules would tow them along the path here. Kind of hard to imagine today with how much it's changed since then. It definitely didn't have all these thorns here back then. Alright. There's a little Christmas tree right here in the middle of the trail. And then some sections like this are just beautiful, clear, without any thorns or brush or anything. Well, it looks like we have another cut through the towpath here. Yeah, probably to drain this area up here. It is quite, oh, well, we can go down around up there. I know in the spring, this little flooded area is just full of those wood frogs. Sometimes as early as late March, which is not too far away. Actually, today is, oh no, it's not February yet. It's January, today's the 29th. It's almost February. Got a little too excited there, almost. Looking forward to spring, I guess. Oh yeah, there's up there is the larger pond area up there that I'm thinking of. I can remember years ago when I first started exploring this park, I didn't know what this was, what we're walking on the towpath trail. I thought it was just something for like flood control or something, like a dike to prevent, you know, if the creek overflowed, to prevent it from going that way. It wasn't until later years I learned that the Union Canal, or the branch canal, went through this area, and I realized what this was. And so in just a little bit over a month, I think I said late March, but sometimes as early as like March 7th or March 3rd, the wood frogs come out, if the weather's right. They're just not much more than a month away. One of our first signs of spring will be those wood frogs. They'll just be loaded with them in here. And this would be another instance too where the towpath was also like a dam. Like I said, there was water over here, so it was like a dam as well to keep the water over there. But like I said, the mules would travel along here, and the canal boats would get pulled right along the edge with them. So I don't think we have too much further to go till we run into branches. So we get right to the Sotara Creek. That's about as far as we'll be able to get today, because I won't be able to cross the Sotara Creek. It'll be much bigger than that other creek was. Like I said, we're just going to do a short section today. It's already getting later in the day. Then just up this way is the main creek. You can kind of see it out there. This is just kind of like a little off branch of it. Some stone. Because what they built the towpath with is some of the stonework here. Alright, let's follow the towpath up to the end here, I guess. You can see it coming to an end here. Get right up to the creek. And boom. And it does pick up over there again. So this is going to be a section where I'm not exactly sure what went on here. Like I say, we're on the towpath trail. Over here was the reservoir, you know, from the dam that was further up, the Mifflin Dam. And then of course the towpath, you can see it kind of continues on that way. But right here is the main creek that feeds the canal here. Flows right through here. So I'm not sure, you know, if the reservoir was on this side, but anyway, so was there some kind of dam here as well? I don't know. Or I'm just not sure. If there's some kind of bridge where it went across, like a mule bridge to take the mules across. Who knows? If the water's backed up on this side, maybe it was backed up on this side too. And this water level is much higher, and just I don't know. Just trying to think. Then that means all this back here could have been flooded as well. Not really sure what to say. Maybe it was. Anyway, if you know, you can let me know in the comments. I was thinking about it earlier, I just don't really know. As I mentioned in the previous video, I don't have all the answers. You know, this was abandoned in 1862. That's like 180 years ago. It's been a while since anyone's seen what this actually looked like and how it operated in some sections. So, we're gonna move on. This will be it for this video. Next time we pick up, we'll start just over there on that side of the creek and start heading, keep going east towards Pine Grove. But there is a trail down here, or it should be, there was years ago, that takes you back to the main trail up here called Bear Hole Trail. Yeah, so once again, up there's the towpath trail. That's where we came from, all the way that way. Like I said, we're not going to cross the creek today. But if I remember correctly, there used to be like a faint trail of some sort. Anyway, we'll see. But the main trail back to the parking lot is just up that way somewhere. So I will say farewell to you here. And as always, folks, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you on the next one, hopefully, as we continue following the Union Canal as best we can.